Welcome to the PCFL show. Coming up on this week's show, we've got Week 5 highlights and a special Week 6 preview. The PCFL show is brought to you in part by MD Concepts. For all your design needs, call 916-747-9255. Also by HostedSports.com, the only one-stop place for all sports on the web. Be sure to like the PCFL Facebook page and PCFL show links and share those links so we can get more friends, family, and fans involved with their local teams. Also check out the PCFL.com for more info. Now let's get to the highlights. The Barnstormers get off to a quick start by doing what they do best, running the football. Running back Dante Mills gets them on the board first with this touchdown run. The point after was good, and they're up 7-0. Later in the quarter, a bad snap by the Barnstormers sets the Giants up with excellent field position. And the Giants take advantage as Marquez Shaw hits Ray Twine, who takes it through for the touchdown. They go for two, but the conversion is no good. The Barnstormers respond by marching the ball down the field. And a few plays later, Will Kilday finds Blair Wortham for the touchdown. Kevin Friedman's PAT is good, 14-6 Barnstormers. Later near the end of the half, Javon Cherry leads the Giants down the field. He uses his feet on this play to take it down to the 27. And on this one, he uses his arm to find Deshaun Hosey Jr. for the touchdown. Hosey Jr. takes in the 2-point conversion, and it's tied at the half. In the second half, defense has started to pick up. The Barnstormers picked off this Giants pass, while the Giants picked off this Barnstormer pass. Nearing the end of the third quarter, a sack by Barnstormer Lewis Jones puts the Giants back to punt, but the snap goes wrong. And a few plays later, Derek Morrison takes it in for the touchdown. The point after is good, and the Barnstormers take the lead. Later in the fourth, Will Kilday hits Will Lawrence on the drag, who turns it upfield and takes it in for the touchdown. Kevin Friedman hits his fourth PAT for the day. And your final score, Central Coast Barnstormers 28, Golden State Giants 14. The Knights offense picked up this week where they left off last week, showing they can move the ball through the air as well as on the ground. And the Knights got on the board first as John Russell hits Mackie McDuffie for the touchdown. Johnny Garcia puts the point after through, and it's 7-0. Before the Outlaws had a chance to fire back, the ball's picked. Russell then hits McDuffie to put him in the red zone. The Outlaws defense holds, and Johnny Garcia puts the field goal through. The Outlaws moved the ball into scoring position, but a fumble costs them another opportunity. The Knights look to go deep, but safety Ron Shea Jenkins sees it coming and picks the ball off. He then takes it 55 yards for the touchdown. They go for one, but it is wide left, no good. With time winding down in the second quarter, the Knights were looking to score. After this run by Angelo Jeffrey, John Russell found John Mosley for the touchdown. The Knights go for two, and it's good. The Knights only ran the ball 14 times, but it was just enough to keep the defense honest. Later on in the third, wide receiver Tony Duplessis hauls in this grab. And that sets him up for this touchdown. And in the fourth quarter, the Outlaws scored again as Jeremy Lindsay bounces this to the outside, taking it in for the touchdown. Time was running out on the Outlaws, and they were trying to press the ball down the field, but Josh Vallis comes up with the interception to end the game. And your final score? NorCal Knights 24, East Bay Outlaws 12. In the middle of the first quarter, this pass from Vernon Pope Banks to Mike Harris puts the War Angels in scoring position. A few plays later, Curtis Berry takes it the rest of the way for the touchdown. Milen Mihailoff puts the point after through, and it's 7-0. The Chiefs were moving the ball on the ground, but they fumble, and it costs them. That set up this play-action pass to Johnny Walker for the touchdown. Mihailoff hits the PAT and extends the lead. Later on, the Chiefs are moving the ball, but the ball comes loose and the War Angels recover. The Chiefs' defense was able to hold the War Angels' running game in check, so the War Angels passed and passed effectively. Here, Vernon Pope Banks hits Earl Williams for the touchdown. The PAT was good, bringing the score to 21-0. Less than 3 minutes left in the half, and the field goal attempt is blocked. Alonzo Ellis scoops it and takes it to the house for the touchdown. But the point after is blocked. Another miscue for the Chiefs sets the War Angels up with an opportunity to score before the end of the half. Which they almost do, but Lee Dunn steps in front of the receiver and picks the ball off to end the half. In the third quarter, Vernon Pope Banks hits Earl Williams for his second touchdown of the day. And once again, the Chiefs' offense moves the ball. And another turnover kills the drive. Later in the third quarter, the Chiefs were still picking up yardage on the ground as Tejan Sorrell takes them across the 50, which set up for this Buddy Connor touchdown. And later in the fourth quarter, quarterback Tyone Little's able to scramble, picks up the yardage for the first down, which sets up Buddy Connor for his second touchdown of the day. The War Angels kick a field goal to cap off the scoring, and your final score, Richmond War Angels 37, Solano Chiefs 12. The PCFL show is brought to you in part by Graves Video Production. Capture life's great moments. Go to gravesvideo.net. Also in part by Sweet 51 Video Productions, official videographer for the West Valley Wolves.
You are watching the PCFL show with your host, Angry Mike.
After a defensive first quarter, early in the second, Ben Weaver hits Ryan Clayton, who makes an awesome catch for the touchdown. The point after is good, and it's Heat 7-0. The Heat's next drive started deep in their own territory. They moved the ball, but Ben Weaver, scrambling from the pressure, throws deep and is picked off by Chris Marshall. The Stallions' Alay Dupree puts him in field goal range. And Anthony Gagliano hits a 40-yard field goal. On the Stallions' next drive, the ever-elusive Alay Dupree takes it to the house for the touchdown. The extra point is good, and the Stallions take the lead. The Heat strike back as Weaver hits Kenny Reeder in the middle of the field. But the ball comes loose, and the Stallions recover. The Heat's defense holds, and on the next possession, another Weaver interception. That clip cost them the touchdown, and the defense holds them to a field goal. After halftime, Bobby Madu takes the kickoff 50 yards into Heat territory. That sets up Alay Dupree for his second touchdown of the day. On the next possession, the Heat put together a nice drive capped off with this Weaver scramble where he finds Casey Clapsaddle in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. And Oscar Pineda's point after is good. On the next possession, the Heat get the ball down to the 28-yard line. Weaver escapes Deshaun McGregor's pass rush and completes the shuttle pass to Chris Smith, who takes it in for the touchdown. The Heat go for two, and Ben Weaver bootlegs to the right, and it's good. The Stallions score as Allen Webster powers his way in for the touchdown. With time winding down, the Heat move into striking distance. Weaver scrambles, but Bobby Madu comes down with the pick to end the game. And your final score, South Bay Stallions 25, Reading Heat 22. This game started with defense. The Hurricanes forced a fumble, and the Wolves returned the favor. This Teddy Anderson pass to Curtis McCarty put the Wolves on the goal line, which allowed Antoine Williams to run up the gut for 6. The point after was good, and the Wolves are up. Quarterback Teddy Anderson made as many plays with his feet as he did his arm today. This scramble put him close, and he finishes it off with the bootleg. And the Hurricanes answer back. They hit Brenton McCreary on the screen, and he takes it to the house for the touchdown. And McCreary gets the call for the 2-point conversion, and it's good, 14-8 Wolves. Matthew Peacock of the Wolves forces a fumble, and the Wolves recover. The Wolves then go on the attack. And the Wolves cap their drive as Teddy Anderson looks and finds his brother Dakota Anderson for the touchdown. The Wolves defense held the Hurricanes, but they couldn't stop Dwayne Smart from making the first down. Which sets up this touchdown run by Joe Marable. On a crucial third down, Teddy Anderson hits C.J. Smith for the first and more, which sets up another touchdown for Dakota Anderson. And the Wolves go for 1, but end up with 2. And the Hurricane scores. Ronnie Small hits Dwayne Smart for the touchdown. Your final score, West Valley Wolves 28, Stockton Hurricanes 20. And in other scores around the league, the Roseville Bears beat the Capital City Fury 20-10 in what proved to be a defensive battle where turnovers and field position made the difference. And let's take a look at our performers of the week.
You're watching the PCFL show.
Week 6 is Breast Cancer Awareness Week for the PCFL. This hits closer to home this season as Reading Heat co-owner Missy MacArthur was diagnosed this past year. Many PCFL players have had family members affected by this disease. Anything to raise awareness helps, and early detection is key. The West Valley Wolves ride up to Reading on a 2-game winning streak. Can they maintain their winning ways and separate themselves from the rest of the pack? A win for the Heat brings them to 500. And that's not even the most important thing to play for this week. The West Valley Wolves take on the Reading Heat this Saturday at Shasta College, 6:30 kickoff. Sponsored by Capone's Downtown Speakeasy. The Barnstormers travel up to Sacramento to take on the Capital City Fury. They've got a solid defense and a strong running game. One of the questions is, will they be able to pass the ball effectively against a strong secondary of the Fury? And if they can, will the Fury be able to keep pace with their ground and pound offense? The Barnstormers take on the Fury this Saturday, 5 o'clock at Rio Linda High School, sponsored by AIM Media Solutions. Go to aimmedia.net. The Bears have a stifling defense and a strong running game. So do the Golden State Giants. Turnovers and execution are going to be keys for both teams. The Roseville Bears take on the Golden State Giants Saturday, 1 o'clock at Galileo Field, sponsored by Bob's Donuts. When the Chiefs roll, they roll, and when they don't, they don't. The defense has been fairly consistent, but the Chiefs have to minimize turnovers in this game. Meanwhile, the Knights have shown the ability to pass the ball at will. Can they withstand the pressure from the Chiefs' D? The Solano Chiefs take on the NorCal Knights this Saturday, 1 o'clock at Castlemont, sponsored by Shop Smart Insurance. Call 510-537-7711 for a free quote. The South Bay Stallions are on a 2-game winning streak, looking to make it 3. Strong running and a strong defense are their foundation. Can the Hurricane defense step up and stop the Stallions' run game? And can their offense get clicking on all cylinders, both running and passing? The South Bay Stallions take on the Stockton Hurricanes this Saturday, 5:30 at the Great Bowl in Lodi. The War Angels are coming off a strong win where it was their passing that led them to victory. Will the running game get back on track this week? The East Bay Outlaws have had a lot of close, competitive games. Can they develop the consistency to win them? The Richmond War Angels take on the East Bay Outlaws this Saturday, Mount Diablo High School, 6 p.m. kickoff. Sponsored by Pittsburgh Smog. Call 925-432-7277. Build hope against cancer with an early detection plan. An early detection plan significantly increases your chance of surviving breast cancer. The National Breast Cancer Foundation official site has created an interactive tool to help you develop your own early detection plan. Help for today, hope for tomorrow. If you're interested in donating, go to nationalbreastcancer.org. And don't forget, show support by wearing pink this weekend at all the PCFL games. Well, that's it for this week's episode. Thanks for watching, and like I say every week, share the show links on Facebook. The more people we can reach in our communities, the more will come to our games. And don't forget to check out thepcfl.com for more info. I'm your host, Angry Mike, and I'll see you next week.
Angry Mike.